whatever we build has to be able to accommodate as much change as possible. I mean, there's no way we could ever build too much flexibility into the situation. The technology is leading, the furniture has to follow. The furniture has to adapt to the technology and should be flexible enough that it can do it without having to replace furniture. It's simple. I mean, really it's just a matter of understanding what the problem is and taking the best guess in terms of where the technology is going so that you can then best accommodate that as well. I mean, for example, my understanding is that various schools in England, and this could be for economic reason, but various schools in the UK, for example, have actually got rid of their libraries in terms of books. They don't have books anymore. Now, clearly you'll have two schools of thought. My personal school of thought is that there's room for both, and that there will always be benefit in having some books. But in terms of how many and where you spend your resources, because that's essentially the argument as I've understood it from the UK. We've got limited space, we can't afford to extend the library or whatever. Greater priority should be given to digital information, therefore we will get rid of all the books because they're a difficult resource to manage. It's interesting, if I draw an analogy with, for example, office furniture, we designed a system of furniture for Curtin University of Technology about 18 years ago, which was a desk-based system, was actually storage intensive. For whatever reason, a lot of people in the university like to surround themselves with a lot of paper, and it seems they still do. Whether they should or not is another story. But I guess the point I'm making is that the greater the inroads that digital technology makes, the less need there is for paper, and therefore the less need there is for storage of that paper, and so the furniture gets lighter and more open. The potential is there to do that. So, I mean, at the end of the day, if everybody had a perfectly organised source of digital information, do you need bookshelves? You could argue that quite realistically, I would have said. Frequently the stuff's thrown out at the end of a lease period. That's criminal waste. It's an appalling waste of resources. To me, I find it quite morally offensive that this should happen. I actually don't think you can be truly progressive until you actually have a far more intimate understanding. There's not just one way of teaching, clearly. There are going to be many, many theories of that, and they all have to be considered. I mean, there won't be a universal solution for any teaching situation, but before you can really make informed, relevant suggestions as to how those situations can be changed or improved, you really do need to spend time in them. Somehow you have to adjust your working method to allow your clients, be it a classroom of children with a teacher or whatever, you have to adjust your working method to allow them to respond to what you're suggesting.